Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, and today we're zeroing in on the subtle signs that you're not getting enough sleep. We'll break down how lack of rest shows up in your mood, hormones, and even in how others perceive your face.
Thanks, Ethan. I'm Alara Sky. Many people link sleep deprivation only to feeling tired, yet research shows it affects concentration, decision-making, cravings, and social interactions long before outright exhaustion appears. Recognizing these early cues is critical for preventing deeper metabolic and cognitive fallout.
Let's start with daily behavior. What are the first signs someone might notice if they're operating on too little sleep, even when they think they're logging enough hours?
Mood swings and reduced focus lead the list. People become irritable, impatient, and less able to maintain attention on tasks. Because these shifts feel psychological rather than physical, they're often blamed on stress or workload instead of an inconsistent sleep schedule.
Those mental changes often coincide with stronger cravings, especially for high-calorie snacks. Can you explain why hunger signals intensify when sleep is cut short?
Poor sleep skews the balance between ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin rises, urging you to eat, while leptin drops, telling you you're still hungry. Add elevated cortisol, and you have a biochemical setup for impulsive snacking, emotional eating, and weight gain, despite normal daytime calorie needs.
Beyond cravings, chronic sleep loss can literally change a person's appearance. What facial cues reveal that someone hasn't had restorative rest?
Puffy eyelids, red sclera, swollen under-eye tissue, paler skin, and drooping mouth corners are common. These cues reflect reduced tissue repair, impaired circulation, and fluid imbalance, biological consequences of skipping deep sleep rather than cosmetic inconveniences.
A Swedish study confirmed that even strangers can spot those cues quickly. How was that experiment designed, and what did observers report?
10 healthy volunteers were photographed after a normal night's rest and again after 31 hours awake. 40 independent observers then rated fatigue markers. 7 in 10 participants were judged visibly more tired post-deprivation, especially around the eyes, confirming that sleep debt projects outward, whether or not you feel it internally.
Appearance influences how colleagues and friends interpret our emotions. How does being visibly tired alter social perception?
Observers routinely linked fatigued faces with sadness and lower vitality. Because competence and trustworthiness are subconsciously tied to alert appearance, showing up puffy-eyed can undermine first impressions, potentially affecting professional evaluations and interpersonal dynamics before a word is spoken.
Under the surface, hormones and immune factors also shift. What happens biologically during disrupted sleep cycles that furthers this outward decline?
Growth hormone and melatonin peak during deep sleep to drive tissue repair and immune modulation. When you lose that window, collagen synthesis slows, inflammatory markers climb, and vascular tone drops, leading to paler skin and accentuated fine lines. These visible changes serve as a mirror of internal stress.
Another overlooked sign is lowered libido. Why does sexual desire fade when sleep debt accumulates?
The body triages resources. Energy and hormonal precursors are diverted to keep vital systems running, trimming reproductive hormone output. The decline in testosterone and estrogen reduces sexual interest, often so gradually that people blame age or workload rather than chronic bedtime inconsistency.
Feeling exhausted yet wired is a common complaint. How does a misaligned circadian rhythm trap people in that paradox?
Late-night screen exposure, erratic bedtimes, and inconsistent wake-up calls desynchronize the body clock. Blue light tells the brain it's daytime, spiking cortisol and delaying melatonin. As a result, the mind remains alert even when physical energy is depleted, making sleep initiation difficult.
Let's pivot to solutions, starting with the sleep environment. What's the first step toward resetting a broken sleep pattern?
Make the bedroom pitch black. Even minimal ambient light suppresses melatonin. Blackout curtains, covered LEDs, and removing nightlights cue the pineal gland that it's safe to enter deep repair mode, supporting hormone balance and cellular cleanup.
Morning routines matter too. How does early sunlight exposure reinforce a healthy sleep-wake rhythm?
Stepping outside within 15 minutes of waking provides intense full-spectrum light that anchors your master clock in the suprachiasmatic nucleus. That signal synchronizes peripheral clocks in organs, improving daytime alertness, digestion, and nighttime melatonin onset.
Blue light after sunset is disruptive. What practical habits help people curb evening screen impact without abandoning necessary tasks?
Ideally, power down devices 1 hour before bed. When that's not possible, switch displays to the warmest setting and wear amber-tinted glasses that filter blue wavelengths. These adjustments blunt cortisol spikes, supporting a smoother hormonal glide path into sleep.
Temperature contributes too. What range optimizes deep sleep, and why does a cooler room help?
60 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit aligns with the body's nocturnal temperature drop. Cooler ambient air promotes vasodilation in extremities, dissipating core heat and enabling longer stages of slow-wave and REM sleep, which are critical for memory consolidation and tissue repair.
Some listeners worry about electromagnetic fields. How much evidence supports reducing EMFs at night? And what low-effort actions make a difference?
While research is ongoing, preliminary data link chronic EMF exposure to increased sympathetic activity. Unplugging bedside devices, switching phones to airplane mode, and turning off Wi-Fi routers reduce electromagnetic load, creating a calmer neural environment and often yielding measurable sleep quality gains.
Consistency is key. How soon can someone expect benefits after adopting these practices?
Many experience clearer thinking and lighter mood within a few nights. Appetite stabilization and facial improvements typically follow within 1 to 2 weeks of disciplined routines. The cumulative effect is better resilience, steadier energy, and visible rejuvenation.
Before we close, let's recap the main indicators of hidden sleep loss. Mood volatility, impaired focus, junk food cravings, lowered libido, and telltale facial fatigue. Addressing them requires a light-free bedroom, morning sunlight, minimal evening screens, a cool environment, and reduced EMFs.
Exactly. Treat sleep as foundational maintenance, not an optional luxury. When you respect your circadian biology, every other system, from hormones to immunity, responds positively. Small, consistent changes restore alignment faster than most people expect.
That brings us to the end of today's discussion on subtle signs of sleep deprivation and practical steps to reclaim restorative rest. Thanks for joining us on Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom.
We appreciate your time and commitment to informed health choices. Until next episode, prioritize your sleep and observe how quickly your body rewards you.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.